Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Laura, and today I've got a new pick a card reading for you. I've got how to prepare for 2026. So we can look in today some advice on how you can prepare for the new year and what's going to come ahead in 2026. I've already done a pick a card reading on what's going to be happening, I think, in 2026. I have. It's uploaded yet or it isn't, but if you look back on my channel, you'll find that. So today we're going to look at how to prepare for 2026. So the sort of things you need to be doing to get ready for what's going to be coming in for you in 2026. Okay, right, today I'm going to be speaking a bit lower and slower, hopefully, because my throat is starting to get sore and I hope I'm not getting the flu or something, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep doing this anyway. So, yeah, this is what we've got for you today. How to prepare for 2026. I've got my coffee, so get yourself a coffee, get yourself a tea, sit down, relax, chill, and listen away to what I've got to say. And yeah, if you're anything like me, you probably use these for like almost like background ambience as well. Just sort of sit there and listen to someone talk about tarot and what's going to happen for you in 2026, or what you need to do to prepare for 2026. Okay, right, pick a pile. So we've got the card 1, which is the 4 of feathers. We've got card 2, which is the 4 of wands. What is it? The 4 of, let me have a look. I've got this is the Labyrinth tarot deck. So you've got like all different creatures and characters from Labyrinth. So that one is the 4 of, let me look. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, guys. Poles. It's the 4 of poles. And then pile 3 has got the Knight of Feathers and the 3 of Pots. Pick a pile and I'll see you in your reading. Okay. See you in a minute. Pick a pile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, go with your gut, and whatever you pick is what's probably got the most messages for you. Okay, see you soon. So pick your pile, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, let's arrange all of this so we can get to it better. So we're going to put these guys over here. I'm going to put this pile 2's card over here, and they can be safe out of the way. Okay, turning my heating down a little bit. I've put it on like super hot for some reason, not sure why. Okay, let's have a sip of our coffee. How are you guys doing? I hope your week is going okay, and I hope you're managing to avoid all the colds and flus around. If you're in the UK, oh, there's the flu going around, man, and it is rough, and everyone seems to have it, so I'm trying my best to avoid it, even though I'm having to go shopping and remember everything that we keep forgetting for Christmas, so already. But I thought I'd do a nice relaxing reading. It's really sunny today for the first time in a couple of days here in London. It's actually sunny, like in my room right now. There's like the sunlight going through my plants, so it looks really nice, and yeah, really wintry sunshine, which I love. Let me have a sip of this and we'll get into the reading. Okay, welcome my pile number 1s. If you picked the 4 of feathers or just pile number 1, this is your reading. So today we're going to look into how to prepare for 2026. Okay, the 4 of feathers is in the Labyrinth tarot deck. So I'm using the Labyrinth tarot today, and it's a tarot deck entirely themed on the movie Labyrinth, which is a great movie, and all the cards are pretty cool, and I actually kind of love it. I haven't used it often, so we're going to use it today for the original sort of opening tarot. We're going to do some other tarot cards so you can get more information, and then we'll do some final sort of practical advice for you here on what you need to do for preparation for 2026. Okay, already with the 4 of feathers, in this deck it correlates to the 4 of swords. The 4 of feathers represents rest, recuperation. This year might have been pretty rough for you, so you might be using 2026 as almost like a fresh start. So right now, to prepare for 2026, you're being asked to rest, relax, take it easy, repair from the previous year. You know, you might not have got enough sleep so far, so now it's time to catch up on your sleep. Now it's time to sort of sort out your sort of food you're eating, making sure you're eating the right nutritious food, taking your vitamins, exercising, just generally sort of like taking it easy. If you're someone who goes out a lot, maybe not going out so much over this sort of end of the December, like Christmas time, preparing for the new year. So that's your first card. Definitely this seems to be a theme of resting. Need to rest and take it easy for this sort of new year. So maybe it could mean that into 2026 you're going to have a very busy 2026, or maybe you already know you got plans in 2026 that are going to be crazy. Okay, so I'm going to start using this tarot deck first, which is the Labyrinth Tarot deck. Let's see if we can get anything else for pile number one. How can pile number one prepare for 2026? What do they need to do to prepare for 2026? So I hope you guys are all doing okay. How are you, pile number ones? How are you doing this week? Have you had a busy week? I'm guessing you probably have, just because the sort of cards we've had coming out already makes me think you've had a busy Christmas time. Maybe you're the person who sort of does Christmas for everyone. You're like the mum of the family. You know how mums just manage to get Christmas sorted? You're that person. So already you're having a crazy time. But to prepare for 2026, you're being asked to step back and just take it easy and go into the new year restfully. Okay, I don't think any cards want to come out of this deck. Anything want to come out? Pile number one, what should they do to prepare for 2026? We're getting nothing. Okay, good. We've got the 9 of poles. I think we'll take it upright. I don't think these will take in reverse today. Okay, the 9 of poles is another card about hard work, if I'm right in thinking that. Anything else? Okay. So let's see what the star came out. It's all kind of stuck together, which is really strange. The star, the ace of junk, the 4 of junk, and the 2 of pots. Okay, I kind of want to keep these together because I don't think we're getting much about how to prepare for 2026, because you're being told that you need to just, yeah, okay, so we've got the 4 here as well. Okay, let me double check what it's saying in the guidebook here for this one, because I always say this, these decks have different meanings for the cards. I know they generally mean the same thing. Like, this is obviously the 9 of wands, but yeah, this is the 9 of poles is about conserving your energy and resources in anticipation for what's to come. I do think you're being asked at the end of this year to take it easy, conserve your energy, and sort of don't overdo it because of this that's coming in for 2026. So we've got here the star came out, and in this deck, the star is the teddy bear of the main character. I think he's called Lancelot. Very cute teddy bear. But let's see what it says here. Okay, the star. As you can see, the guidebook for this is very good. Star represents trust, renewal, and hope. It offers comfort and reassurance, like Sarah's favourite childhood toy, Lancelot the teddy bear. The star invites you to remember that you have encountered many trials and made it through due to your resilience and faith in yourself and your journey. It invites you to reconnect with your sense of purpose and guide you through whatever changes are coming your way. Following your inspiration with unbridled, childlike optimism will see you through any adversity. I think so. You're being asked now to rest and conserve your energy and take it easy at the end of this year to prepare for 2026, because 2026 for you is going to have this underlying theme of almost like achieving your dreams. We'll keep going, but yeah, definitely you're going to have this revival of hope in the future, and everything sort of like God's plan or whatever equivalent that you believe in. But you're going to sort of have this renewal of faith in that there's all the things that you've gone through have led you to this good situation that's on its way. And then we've got the Ace of Junk, which is, I think, the Ace of Pentacles in this deck. I bet you guys love hearing me guess what I've got. Yeah, okay. It is Ace of Pentacles, represents a new financial opportunity. This can come in the form of a new job, a gift, or an unexpected windfall. Take advantage of any opportunities that appear because they have the potential to be very lucrative. So I think definitely this rest is in preparation for something very good. It could be your dream job shows up with the star and the Ace of Junk here, or an unexpected situation where you're going to have lots of opportunities to make lots of money, or just have some sort of like business opportunity maybe, or some sort of situation where you're going to have you're going to be working hard. Don't get me wrong, you're definitely going to be working hard, but it's going to be so worth it. And then we've got the 4 of Junk, which is the 4 of Pentacles. So here it says, the 4 of Junk advises you to set yourself up for lasting material success by building solid foundations and conserving your resources. Being smart about your finances and investments now will go on to create long-term stability. Again, I do think you're being asked to sort of take it easy and rest now, because next year you're going to be working on a project, a job, a business idea where you're going to be, your brain is going to be constantly ticking, tick, 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 through all these different ways you could be earning and saving money to better yourself for the future. I do think there's definitely some sort of reason you're here. You're building up this sort of like pot of like money that you're going to be saving for the future. Not a bad thing, very sensible thing to be doing, my pile number ones. I'm very proud of you for doing that. And then we've got the pile number, we've got the fourth card, which is the Two of Pots, which is Two of Cups. And it says here, Two of Pots represents blissful and harmonious connections. A relationship, close friendship, or partnership in your life is thriving. Nurture this connection because it could very well lead to something magical. So I do definitely think you're being asked now to prepare in the sense of resting, taking it easy, conserving resources, making sure you're getting a nice ground level of energy and like mental stability going, because next year you're going to have all these different aspects of your life firing all at once. You're going to be sort of like discovering your purpose, some sort of spiritual aspect to it, a new business sort of idea and financial coming in. You're going to be like looking at investing and saving, and then you're going to have like connections. This doesn't have to be romantic. This could be romantic though. It could be family connections, friend connections, where you're having to throw energy into that at the same time. But if you're running on empty heading into the new year, all of this is going to be so much more difficult, and you're not going to enjoy it as much because you're running on empty, because you haven't rested, you haven't conserved any energy, and you're now wearing out. And then we had on the bottom of the deck the Fool, which signifies like naivety and new beginnings. And so it's got here, the Fool represents someone about to take their first steps on a life-changing adventure. Sarah, like the Fool, is trusting and a little naive as she starts out on her quest through the Goblin King's labyrinth to save her baby brother Toby. You're about to embark on a very important journey. No matter what sort of tricks, strange characters, and unexpected challenges you may encounter along the way, stay calm, kind, and open-minded. Staying calm, kind, and open-minded will see you through to your goal. So I think if you do this resting now and do this recuperation, you're going to be able to face this sort of like situations that are coming up, which, like I said, aren't necessarily bad situations. They're just going to be difficult in the sense they're going to require a lot from you. And because you want to go into it with this full like attitude. You want to be going into it like almost like with a kind heart, and that niceness that you don't want to get taken advantage of, but you want to be going into this nice, almost you want to be wearing your rose tinted glasses because you want to be having fun, you want to be enjoying it, you want to enjoy this part. You don't want to be going into it Queen of Feathers, which is the Queen of Swords, because you don't want to be overthinking, you don't want to be stressing out, you don't want to be distant, you don't want to be like cutting off different parts of yourself because you're so tired and so drained and so exhausted from these other areas of your life that this is hard to blossom because you're being a Queen of Swords over it, or in this case Queen of Feathers. Okay, let's have a look at some more cards. Let's get some of this tarot here. How can pile number one prepare for 2026? Let's see if we can get anything else. I do think this message is pretty solid already. Yeah, so you got the Knight of Pentacles here, which is about having this sort of slow and steady, hard-working pace of like incoming money and being grounded. I do think this is what's coming in. You're going to like, to prepare for 2026, you're going to rest and relax and conserve energy because you're building this mindset of being this Knight of Pentacles. You're very business and money orientated, which is very, very good. Okay, so we've got here the Six of Pentacles and the Emperor. So Six of Pentacles is a card about generosity and charity and sharing wealth, gratitude. And then the Emperor is about respect, leadership, like almost just control. Together, I'm thinking here to prepare for 2026, I think you need to like not overspend over Christmas and not overextend yourself over Christmas as well. You want to be this respected person. You want to be like this. You also want to be disciplined. That's another strand entirely. But I think you need to rein in how like almost like charitable you are with your time and money, because you're going to need it next year. I'm not saying you're going through hard times next year. I just think you'll be in a better position for what's coming in next year if you had the time, the energy, and the money. So you don't want to overextend yourself now by committing yourself to things at the end of this year that are going to expend a lot of time next year. I'm not saying don't be nice and don't volunteer to do things to help family and friends out, but be careful what you're doing. You don't want to like commit to stuff and almost have people lose respect for you because your lack of boundaries, because you're spending so much time and money on people. That's something else. I think people do lose respect for people when they say yes to everything they ask them to do. It takes one to know one. That is, I've been in that situation where people, because you say yes to helping them once, twice, three times, you don't say no to them, they expect you to be available at a drop of a hat. And if you've got like a business, a relationship, and everything else going, it's gonna stress you out having to say no to them because they're gonna be almost not prepared for you to say no. And anyway, that's a whole different story. Anything else upon for one? I'm not taking that huge clump. I'm going to take this one. Temperance. Okay, again, Temperance is a card that represents harmony and balance and making sure that you're not filling one cup more than the other cup, if that makes sense. You're not putting all of your time and energy into one aspect of your life. You're not becoming completely career or business focused. You're spreading your time, you're spreading your money, you're being very self-controlled, and you're just being a very calm person in general. You're not letting anything really stress you out. Okay, anything else for pile number one for how they can prepare for 2026? How can pile number one prepare for 2026? Okay, what have we got here? The World. Okay. And then what have we got below? Page of Cups. Idealism, dreamer, sensitivity, naivety, innocence, inner child. Okay, I think this kind of represents you because we had the Fool come out as well. I think you are quite a naive person. I mean, obviously, you're not going to. I don't think you're like naive in the sense that you're some like innocent person. I think you're naive in the sense you're very kind, you're very giving of your energy and time. That people will tend to take advantage of it, but that's not going to be you in 2026. I do think you're having this change up because there's going to be a lot of good things coming into your life, and you're going to have to say no to people at some point as well. Anyway, that's one aspect. And then we've got the World, and that says completion, integration, accomplishment, world travel, bigger picture, evolution, fulfillment, harmony, sense of belonging. I think you need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture of your life and which aspects. I mean, it's good to take at the end of the year to take a step back and see how much time you've spent on certain areas of your life. Have you spent too much time at work? Have you spent too much time, at home, not going out? Have you spent too much time? I'm laughing because things I'm listing is myself. Have you spent too much time isolating yourself? Have you spent too much time on like social media and stuff like that? Because it's time now to complete and close out some cycles of your life before you head into this new chapter. Or I mean, I don't think you're gonna have to do anything to close them out. I think just resting and relaxing. I think they've closed out already. And it's gonna naturally, things are gonna close up and new beginnings are gonna pop up in 2026. Okay. Let's look at the time. Where are we? How long have we done? Okay, we've got enough time to be doing more. Let me have a drink as well. As I said in the intro, my voice is going. Okay. Let's use this deck. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Byzantine deck. Anyway, let's see. These cards are very different. They're kind of gritty as well, like in terms of the feel for them. Right. What can pile number one do to prepare for 2026? Is there anything we've missed? What can pile number one do to prepare for 2026? Yeah, I think the main thing you can do this year is relax. Okay, you've got the Emperor again. Okay, let's see if we can get some more cards. I'm going to use the guidebook for these as well. Doesn't help I was shuffling upside down. Okay, what can pile number one do to prepare for 2026? What can pile number one do for 2026? Okay, let's take these. And the Sun. I do think we're going to have a good year. I think 2026 is going to be a good year for you, but you need to maintain the perspective that you're going to have to put in the work. I think 2026 is going to be putting in work, but I don't think you're afraid of that. I think you're actually someone who enjoys working hard and enjoys, I mean, I'm not saying you love being at work all the time. I mean, you enjoy putting in effort and seeing results from your life. That's what we're getting from the Sun here. And we've got, so you've got the Emperor, the Empress, the Eight of Staffs, which is the Eight of Wands, and the Nine of Staffs. We had the Nine of Wands up here as well. Pardon me. Okay. Whoops. That was me hitting my light on my lamp. It's okay, everyone. It's all right. I didn't break it. I want to say a very clumsy person. Like, you should see the amount of things I've broken just this year alone is actually ridiculous. Anyway, I won't bore you with my my broken things around my house. Okay, let's have a look. We want to get to the Emperor. I know a lot of people don't use the guidebooks when they're doing their videos on YouTube, but I like to use the guidebooks because I find that when I'm reading the descriptions, when I'm doing my own readings, there are things that pop out. Like I'll be reading it and I can read the whole paragraph, but only one section of it pops out, and I find that's always relevant to the reading. So I mean, obviously I know what the cards mean, but like I want to get more information what I've missed. So the Emperor is all about the paternal, authoritative, singular strength that we associate with leaders and parents. He rules from a place of intellectual power and inner strength. He brings order where there is chaos and offers direct and determined counsel to those who seek him out. He also represents the law, arbitrating between warring factions with absolute authority. Many find this strict and paternal aspect uncomfortable, but the Emperor's purpose is not to dominate, but rather guide and offer timely counsel, just as a parent does to a child at the beginning of his or her life. In any reading, he stands for help towards the making of the right decision in any issue. And then it's reversed. I think you are almost like becoming the parent of your life. I'm sure I did a reading for this. This came up before for someone, but I feel like you're like taking control where like it might not be all aspects of your life, but in certain aspects of your life you're taking control and you're sort of being like, I deserve better, I need to be more disciplined, I should be doing this, I shouldn't be doing that. And I think that's something that you're definitely having sort of coming up now at the end of 2026. And like I think this is gonna what's the word I'm thinking of, not aggravate, but it's gonna like rub people up the wrong way. I think it could trigger a few people, this sort of like not dominating, that's not the word I'm looking for, but this sort of like using a word from it, the strictness. I think you're going to be very strict in what you allow into your life and what you allow people to say to you and do in terms of like boundaries. I think this is going to upset a few people, but stick with it. I think this will do you really good because I think it's going to allow you, this highly masculine energy is going to allow you to express your Empress feminine energy, because you're going to feel safer and you're going to feel more able to express it. Because the Empress, I'll read this bit here as well. Like our sister Sophia, which is the card before in this, which represents the High Priestess, the Empress embodies power in its purest form, that of human love rather than knowledge and wisdom. Her task is to watch over those who come to her, and her kindness manifests as maternal love. Stopping already on a tangent, I do think this is you currently. I think you are very loving, very kind, and you feel responsible for a lot of people's happiness and a lot of people's just general well-being. You know, you could be a mother, you could have a lot of children, but I do think this is some people that you don't owe this to. You don't owe random people in your life this like maternal part of you and this very compassionate part of you. And yeah, I'm going to skip through this. I do think that is the message for this. I think you have this female aspect of yourself, this Empress aspect that gets taken advantage of. And yeah, then we've got the Eight of Staffs, which is about quick movement, as you know, Eight of Wands does. And I do think that is and then followed by the Nine of Staffs. Yeah, I think you often like quickly volunteer yourself to do stuff and quickly offer help to people. And it's almost like it is sort of like your purpose in life. You are a very helpful person, you are meant to help people, but the way you're quickly doing it and you're not having these boundaries is leading you to be sort of like frustrated over the amount of energy, like it almost like you're having to put in and you're now having to be frustrated to defend your own personal time, your own personal space, your own personal sort of like ability, yes and no, to doing stuff for people. So I think at the end of this year, you're definitely closing this sort of aspect of yourself out and then opening yourself up to having a bit more freedom and being more controlled over the time you spend on people. Because all the Sun card here, which is a really happy card. Let's get some advice, some practical advice for you here, pile number one. What's some practical advice here for pile number one to help them prepare for 2026? Okay. We've got rediscover yourself. What are your interests? Are you hiding yourself to please the other's version of yourself. I think, yeah, by doing this, you're like uncovering this really assertive version of yourself that you've had kind of hidden away for a really long time, because you don't want to show it because it doesn't make people happy. But being this sort of like empathetic, selfless person makes people happy, and that makes you happy, but also drains you and makes you exhausted. So you're rediscovering this new part of yourself. And then self-exploration. Peel off the false persona and get to know yourself. Find your truth. I do think this emperor version of you are gonna completely uncover it by being this assertive version of yourself, and you're gonna love it. I do think so. Anything else for pile number one? Any other practical advice for pile one to help and prepare for 2026? You have special gifts. Never surrender to the normal. I do think that you have a knack for helping people. You are very, very special, and you are very, very intuitive. You're very empathetic. You're very helpful and very caring. And this is a gift you have, and you should help people because you are so good at it. But this rediscovering of this version of yourself is going to be so helpful, because by limiting the amount you're extending yourself, when you do extend yourself, you're going to be able to help people even more, if that makes sense, because you're going to be not giving out the tiny bits of energy and time you have. You're going to be able to commit to people and give them a big chunk of energy to help them completely sort out whatever problem it is that they've got. Like, you might be, if I'm trying to think of a good example for you here, because you could have a friend who needs help, like moving an apartment, rather than, if you were in your previous version of your 2025 version of yourself, you'd be like, I only have an hour, I can help you move some boxes, but I've got to go and help someone else I promised to help this afternoon. Your friends will be kind of, they'll be like, oh, they tried helping, but you'll be kind of disappointed because you didn't stay and help. Whereas the 2026 version of yourself will be like, when someone else comes up to you, you'll cancel on the other person maybe, because you'll be like, it's important, I've got a friend who's moving, I need to help them. That's definitely what I'm seeing here for you, my part number ones. Let me get some final little advice cards as well. I do think you need some advice. You're having to lay down these boundaries, and that's quite hard work if you haven't done it often before, and you're quite like a really nice person. Let's get some advice for pile one. What's some advice for pile one for this reading about preparing for 2026? I think you've already considered this is something you have to do, and I really think this is like on your vision board for 2026 already, being this like much firmer version of yourself. Surprises. Under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden. It's possible, but by doing this and being who you truly are, you're going to align better with your like purpose in life, and it's going to surprise you for the things you're now able to do, because you're being much more strict with yourself, and people will respect that more, which might lead you to more opportunities. Okay, and here we go. Growth. You're going to grow a lot more. Growth. The tallest oak tree once started as a seedling. Don't be afraid to start something new. I do think by doing this self sort of rediscovery, you're going to grow into a completely different person, and you're going to at first worry about the risk you're going to take. So this is learn to grow wherever you're planted. And I think this risk is going to be totally worth it, because on the bottom of the deck, we've got renew. Nature continuously renews itself year after year. I think you need to understand that you can't be this constant same person, because being this nice overextending person might have worked when you were young, but you are allowed to renew and change yourself and turn into a much more stricter version of yourself as you get older, because you now know more, and you can change. No matter what anyone says, you're allowed to change. You're allowed to become someone different in your life. You're not pile number one as they are forever. You're pile number one 2.0. You're pile number one after something happened. You're pile number one after they got taken advantage of so many times. They now turn into pile number one advanced. So yeah, I definitely think pile number one, rest up, because next year's going to be a lot about building these boundaries, and you need to start laying them down before the new year. And I think that's going to do you good. It's going to do you great. You're going to have a good new year. 2026 is going to be great, but just rest now, recuperate your energy, because next year's going to be a lot. It's going to feel tough saying no to people and putting boundaries down, but it's so worth it, and you really need to do it, because otherwise you're just going to be exhausted constantly and constantly busy doing things you don't want to do. So, okay, I hope this reading helped you, pile number one. I really hope you enjoy it, and if you like this video, give it a like. I would really, really appreciate that. And if you really like these videos as well, and you like me and you like listening to me talk, subscribe. and then you can get a notification whenever one of my videos come in. I usually do them on Fridays. I'm trying to get them filmed and uploaded on Fridays now so that you can have one to start your weekend off, so you can relax and listen to it on the way home from work, or I don't know, whenever on the weekend. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to put in the next video. Tell me what you want me to do. I'd love to know what ideas you have for me to do for next videos. And yeah, or what you want to see. Tell me what you want to see. And I will see you again soon. Thank you, pile number one. Bye bye. Okay, let's put these away. And let's get ready for pile number two now. Okay. Put that there. Let's grab these. Okay, that's those. I think we'll give more a bit of a shuffle as well. Let's put this card back into the deck. In case someone else needs to hear that. Put that over there. Let's give these a shuffle. Making a mess now. There we go. I'm not talking so much today because I'm trying to rest my voice a little bit. I don't want to lose my voice for Christmas, but it kind of feels inevitable. It really does. If you guys have any ideas on how to prevent voice loss, put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear. Okay, let's give this a bit of a shuffle. I thought pile number one's reading was very interesting, though. That was interesting to hear. And I hope pile number two's is just as interesting, if not more interesting. I am going to do a little bit of incense, actually, because I just saw on the bottom of that deck then to clear my energy. So maybe I'll just... This room has its door shut, so I kind of don't want to do incense because I don't want to actually like smoke myself out. So let's get this and do this. Try and get some energy cleared around here. I feel like we need to do that. Okay, I think we're good with that. Put that back over there. Have a sip of my coffee. Okay. Okay. Hello, pile number two. If you picked pile number two or you picked the four of piles, welcome to your reading. Today we're going to look at how to prepare for 2026. What you should be doing for 2026 in terms of preparation, what you need to do, what you need to know. So yeah, let's dive in. Today we're using the Labyrinth Tarot deck, which is based on the film Labyrinth, which is a great film and it's kind of Christmassy, I'd say. So it's kind of good for this time of year, but I love the film. I'm going to look at the deck, the little thing, so we can get some information. Okay. It's time for a celebration. The Four of Poles represents an exciting life event such as a birth, marriage, joyful reunion, or creating a happy new home. Get together with loved ones and enjoy the moment. Okay, so we are heading into Christmas and we're heading into the new year and we're heading into a new year entirely. Celebrations are abound. We've got so many things to celebrate. You could have lots of family over for Christmas. You could be having a massive New Year's party. You could be going to one. Whatever's happening, I think regardless of what's happened this year, whether it's good things or bad things or new starts or endings or anything like that, you need to celebrate. To prepare for 2026, you need to celebrate this year ending. You need to celebrate this Christmas. You need to celebrate it all. You need to do a massive celebration. So even if you're on your own, I'm not even cutting out people here that don't want to go out on New Year's, who don't want to go out for Christmas. Even if you're at home, you need to find a way to celebrate in your own way. So like whether that's just if you are on your own and you don't like going out, you want to have like a meal, just get yourself a really fancy meal to have, play some music, do things you love, play your video games, watch DVDs, whatever it is you want to watch. Well, I sounded really old then. Play DVDs. I think I'm one of the only people that still loves using DVDs. Watch Netflix, stream something. And then if you are going around to family, or you have got lots of family you could invite around or go to, go and join them. Have loads of fun. Really celebrate the end of this year to prepare for 2026. You're being asked to celebrate away. Okay, let's see what else we can get for you, my pile number twos. What can pile number two do to prepare for 2026? Okay, coming out in a clump already. Let's see. So we've got the Six of Poles, the Ace of Feathers, the Hermit, Nine of Pots, and the Ace of Pots. Okay, in this deck, the pots represent cups, the poles represent wands, and the feathers represent swords. We'll start with the Six of Poles, because the Six of Poles is, I think that's a good card. Sure, it's a good card. Okay, let's have a look for you. Okay, Six of Poles. Victory. Six of Poles represents triumphant success even. You're achieving so much and others are noticing. Pause to enjoy your new rewards and recognition. Then channel that momentum into your next great endeavour. I think this year's been a good year for you. I think you've had a great year. So celebrate all the things that have gone right. You could have got a new job. You could have got a job. You could have moved home. You could have got into a really nice relationship. You could have got married. You could have had a baby. You could have won the lottery. Anything like that. Celebrate it. Even little things. Doesn't have to be something massive. You could have passed your driving test. Something small that you've done. Celebrate it, because you really need to celebrate it. I feel like you've had some rough years in the past, so you need to celebrate this one, this sort of year, to almost like welcome more good things in 2026. I think that's something here saying you need to celebrate it to welcome more in, because maybe last year, I feel like last Christmas you did celebrate the end of the year even though you didn't have a great year, just to sort of like see it out. Okay, Ace of Feathers is the Ace of Swords, and it says here, Ace of Feathers represents a whirlwind period of breakthroughs, epiphanies, and revolutionary aha moments. You're feeling innovative, clever, and inspired. Make note of all your new ideas, for they have incredible potential. Yeah, I definitely think you're going for a really good spot in your life. I think you've been successful, and you now need to keep this new year. You need to write these things down, these brand new ideas you're having, because you're going to be able to use them in 2026. Start keeping note of all the things you want to do in 2026, all these great ideas, things that have worked. Write down the things that have worked from 2025 and the things that haven't worked, so you can move forward with them in 2026, in the sense that you don't have to repeat any life lessons in that way. Then we got the Hermit. Okay, the Hermit is a card of like introspection. In here it says the Hermit, like the wise man, is a solitary, introverted figure who spends a significant amount of time reflecting deeply on life. Are you feeling confused, overwhelmed, or a little lost in the labyrinth? Just as the wise man says, sometimes the way forward is also the way back. Taking action for action's sake can lead to burnout and frustration. Pause, gather your thoughts. The clarity that follows will help reveal a more efficient way to make progress. Like I said, this could mean that you're spending New Year's alone, and to prepare for 2026 is a good idea to spend it alone. Don't go out and sort of like force yourself to go out and make connections with people. Even if it means you're out, like, you could, right here, here's another scenario for someone here. New Year's, having a great party, enjoying yourself. But there's this, during the day or the days before the end of 2025 and into 2026, you're writing down things that have worked, you're writing things that didn't work. Sometimes the way forward is also the way back. You're looking back on the things you've done in 2025 to work out why was I so successful? You're not overthinking it, you're just looking into it and delving in to try and work out what went right, so you can actually really do well in 2026. So yeah, take a pause, take a moment. So with all this partying going on, remember to pause and look at how life is going, so you can actually use the things that happen and have this clarity over your life in 2026. Okay, Nine of Pots. Nine of Pots is the Nine of Cups. And what is the Nine of Cups, everybody? It's the wish card. So, Nine of Pots here. Your dreams are coming true. The Nine of Pots symbolizes good luck and success and reveals that things are finally falling into place. Appreciate this time and enjoy all the magic in your life. I honestly feel so like grateful right now, and I think this is your energy I'm picking up on. Whatever's going well in your life, like honestly, you really need to celebrate it this end of this year to prepare for 2026. You really haven't got to prepare. You've just got to really just be so thankful for everything that's gone right and how much you've like achieved, all the people you have around you. You know, like you could have family around you that you didn't expect to see this year, and you have them now. You're being so called to prepare for 2026. You need to be so grateful for everything you've gone through in 2025 and everything you have at the end of it and all your successes. 100% that's for you. Okay, the Ace of Pots, which is the Ace of Cups. You're feeling inspired and creative. Your ideas have incredible potential. You're on something amazing. Sometimes the Ace of Pots representing an exciting new connection or relationship. This could be the thing you're celebrating the most as you're coming into 2026, a new relationship that's like blossomed into this new year. So you need to spend some time with them, my pile number twos. You need to invite them over for Christmas and a new year. But yeah, I think definitely to prepare for 2026, you need to just thank God or whoever you believe in and just really be grateful for everything you've got this year. Definitely amazing. Let's get some more tarot and see what else we've got here. Okay, how can pile number two prepare for 2026? Apart from having an amazing time and a party and being so grateful and analysing everything they've gone through to work out how they can do even better for 2026. Okay, anything else? You might not even have anything else for you here, pile number two. You're having such a good time. Okay. Anything else? Any advice on how pile two can prepare for 2026? What can pile two do to prepare for 2026? You've got the Two of Staffs. Let's see if we can get at least another card, just so we can see some more information for you. This deck I'm using right now is the Byzantine deck, by the way. And you've got the Nine of Staffs. That came out in pile number one, actually. Anything else? Let's clarify this Two of Staffs. Can we clarify the Two of Staffs of pile two? These cards are very sticky. Really weird. I feel like every time I use a different deck, it picks up on different energy and it gets like works differently, if that makes sense. Okay. Let's see. Clarify the Nine of Staffs then. Okay. In the bottom of the deck, we got the Two of Cups. There's definitely been some sort of connection throughout 2025 that you're being asked to sort of like honour and sort of really respect in a way. Okay. So you've got the Six of Coins. This is to clarify the Nine of Wands or Staffs. You've got the Six of Coins, Knight of Cups, Countess of Swords, and Justice. Ooh, right. Okay, let's look at this first. I'm going to get the guidebook because these cards have different meanings sometimes. As I'm sure I've explained a million billion times to you. Let's have a look. I'm sorry if I keep clearing my throat. My voice is starting to go. I think I've caught something, unfortunately. Okay, Two of Staffs. This card is about the search for inspiration. You may be seeking the way forward, looking at ways to uncover the next steps in your journey, or simply feeling the need for an inspired approach to a piece of work. I do think this is still talking about what we were talking about before. You're like really preparing for 2026. You're looking around for different like things you can do in 2026. You're like building this massive vision board. Yeah, I think this is you like watching these like this video here. It could be you asking in real life tarot card readers. It could be you asking family and friends for ideas and inspiration for next year. I think that's definitely it, because I think this Nine of Wands we had here, which is about the Nine of Wands represents attack, delay, defense, adjournment, reassessment, estrangement, frustration, stagnation, defensiveness. I think you've had like a time you've gone through where it's just been like really stressful. You've been sort of stuck. You can't do anything. You've been frustrated over just life, career, everything. And then you've had this like Six of Coins where someone's coming in with like, pick what you want. It's free. Pick what you want out of life. God's coming and is like, what do you want? Manifest it. And I think you've had this love coming in. Someone's come in, and this card here, the Countess of Swords, it could either be you or it could be the other person, because this represents a woman who, in a traditional deck, is sort of like overthinks, is very stern, very almost like very cold, and yeah, someone very hard. Let's see what it says here in this description. Sorrow, loss, emptiness, separation, barrenness, misfortune, intelligence, determination, forcefulness. I do think that you've had either this message of love has come in when you've been in a situation where you've been alone and you've been stuck and you've been sort of just in a really bad place, and this has come in and sort of fixed everything. Someone's been very generous with this message of kindness or love, some sort of charity sort of thing has come in and rescued from this intense, like, empty version of yourself. And this tough time you've gone through, I'm so sorry, it must have been really tough, but look, you've got all this success now. You've done amazingly. You're heading into the new year with the ability to celebrate your year, which not a lot of people get to do. And then you've got, at the end of this sort of stack we had, was justice, and it says here, justice in whatever form or context grows out of balance, harmony, and fair dealing. So I think whatever happened here, this amount of success you've got and you've ended the year with, is so justified for you. It's only fair that you have got this success because of how bad things were. And it's like almost like karma. Like this is like, it's all equaled out. The wheel of fortune has turned. You finally got to that like right place where you deserve to be. Let's see if we can get any more tarot. Let's find out. How can pile 2 prepare for 2026? Okay, yeah, you've had this heartache, this sort of loss, and overcommitment that's led to this, and that's what's happened previously. Did I catch that? Oh my god, I caught it. Well done, me. Okay, and then we've got here 7 of Wands, 6 of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, you've had this time where you've had to really stand your ground, really lay down some boundaries and defend yourself from this situation here. And it could be, this is definitely in the past. This has definitely happened in the past to you, and you've gone through it so courageously that you've almost had this sort of like like finesse to it. You've managed to get through it, and it's like, look how amazing I am. Like a real underdog, real redemption story. Like, you've survived it all and you're amazing because of it, and like, yeah, you've managed to move forward from it. Anything else for part 2? Anything else? Yeah, you've got Page of Wands, and that's adventure, excitement, fresh ideas. You've faced all of this stuff that's happened and gone wrong in your past, and like, you've come out of it like genuinely happy. You've managed to maintain this happiness and energeticness and sort of like being extremely fearless and courageous, and you've succeeded from it. You've managed to get this success. Like, I feel like I'm telling you now why you're justified in celebrating the end of this year. You deserve to have some time to celebrate and like have fun and just enjoy yourself, because it's been rough. This might not have been this year, it could have been years before that you've had this rough time. Yeah, I do think you've had it tough. Yeah, you've had some conflict. Yeah, it's been really like a bad time you managed to get through. Well done. You really deserve this success. Okay, let's get those 3. And then bottom of the deck, yeah, you've had to make some tough choices. Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is where you're at. You've got this Empress energy. You've got this Chariot energy. You've managed to like harness this Empress version of yourself. Someone very like divine feminine. Someone very caring and nurturing. And you've managed to put into action, but also you're going to be like using this end of the year to pause and look at where everything's gone right. And yeah, you've got this amazing sort of love in your life, be it romantic, it could be platonic, it could be just you having a really amazing life and you love your life. Okay, let's get some final, I say final, well, this deck here and that deck. Let's get some advice, practical advice for preparing for 2026 for part 2. How can part 2 prepare for 2026? What can they do? Let's get some practical advice here. Pile 2. Escape materialism. Shift your focus away from materialism and develop a healthy inner world. Maybe you've come into money this year and you've like spent it, and now you can like focus this year on like really having this like strong inner sanctuary for yourself, like in your mind. Do some meditation. It's got ritual. To experience the magic of life, you must first practice it. I'm like, even though what this card means is something completely different, I do feel this means like maybe you have a ritual doing something on New Year's, like a certain party you go to, and you should keep that up. Continue to do it anyway, because I think that's definitely what you're being called to do for the end of this year. Pile 2, you're gonna have, I mean, celebrate, man. Have fun. Born to stand out. You don't fit in. Stand in your own power and be proud of your individuality. That is just it. You are always going to stand out. My pile number, get reading from me. You're always going to stand out. I think that's what this year's been for you. You've realized that no matter what you do, if you hid and you conformed, you're still going to stand out. So continue with what you're doing. Continue standing out. Continue being yourself, and you're going to be fine. You're going to have a great year. You've done really well. You know you're successful, and you've got through so much. And I think that's something else. You stand out so much because of how much you stand out for the fact you're ruthless in the sense that you are so resilient. Let's get some final advice from my pile 2. Woods. Be calm, soothing, mysterious, and full of life. Literally, I think this is you. You are very calm. You soothe people with your calmness, but you're also very mysterious because you're this energetic, like extrovert energy, but you are so deep. You're so deep that the people just around you are just want to be around you and curious, but you have these boundaries in place. That means that you don't like shout your success from the rooftops, which is why you're being asked now to celebrate with your small circle of people, you know, and enjoy your life. You've really worked hard to get where you are, pile 2s. Anything else? Okay, adventure, live wild and free. And then let's get these ones here that fell out for you. Uncertainty, the shades of grey within the fog will eventually lift. I think you've learned that. That's what you've learned in the past, and you know that things change all the time. So maybe celebrate while things are going good, and then resilient. Stay strong as evergreen trees. That is so you. I just said resilient as well. What can I say, guys? I've done a really good reading for you here. Okay, part 2. I really hope that helped, and I hope it resonated with you, and it's called you to celebrate. If you are in doubt, you definitely should celebrate this year. Maybe you're worried about some people around you who might feel like jealous of you, but you deserve to celebrate. Celebrate for all your wins you've done this year. So pile number 2. If you like this reading, please give it a like, because it means so much to me when I see you guys have liked the reading. I'm like, yay! Genuinely, it actually makes me so happy. And subscribe. If you like these videos, subscribe, and you can hear more about all these readings. And I'm sure I can chit-chatter you to sleep at night if you sit there and put my videos on. Comment down below what sort of readings you want me to do in future. If there's any specific topics you want me to do, comment that down below. If you'd like me to like do, I don't know, a whispered tarot card reading where I could talk like this or something, I don't know, just let me know. Put it down in the comments and I'll do it for you. So thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon in another reading. Bye bye, pile 2s. Okay, let me put all these cards away, and then we will get everything ready for pile 3. I thought that was a really good energy. I had a real giddy sort of like happy energy there. Gosh, what a nice group of people. What a lovely group of people. Make sure they're all the right way up. Oh, that wasn't. Okay, put those back there. That card doesn't want to come out. Okay, let's put that over there. Do a quick shuffle of each stack. So they're already shuffled in. That way, if we get any of the same cards, we know that I've actually shuffled them. So just so as you know, I do shuffle between each reading just so that I can get a nice fresh sort of energy to it. Okay, that's those ones done. And I'm going to clean the energy again. Do a gentle cleanse of energy. I'm going to use my sound bowl because do you know what? While you're here, you might find this funny. I used a candle in here once. Surprise! I used a candle in here once, and I have the door shut when I'm doing my readings so that I don't get disturbed by my family. And oh my god, I almost died. I'm telling you, like the room just filled with the smell of this candle, and it was like a woody, sort of almost like aftershavey smell. And oh wow, I had the worst headache afterwards. I genuinely thought I was gonna pass out, like for a second there, because even when I didn't want to like blow the candle out because I didn't want to like upset the aesthetic of the reading, so it looked really cool. But yeah, oh wow, I finished that and I was like, I can't have a candle burning here again. Same with the incense as well. Like if I have that burning here, it's good to do before, good to do after, but during you can't really do it because this room will just fill with smoke. And my mum hates it. She hates incense. She's like, it's too stinky. Okay, right, let's make it look a little bit better for pile 3. I feel like we're neglecting them because I've just thrown the cards around rather than put them in nicely, and they're going to feel disappointed. If they come in, they can see I've been doing readings and not doing it nicely for them. Okay, where are their cards? They got 2. They got 2 cards. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Feathers and 3 of Pots. Lucky them. Okay, where are we at? Time? Okay, we're 55 minutes in 56. Okay. Hello, my pile number 3s. If you picked group 3, pile 3, or you picked the Knight of Feathers / the 3 of Pots card, welcome to your reading. This is your reading for you guys. We're going to be looking at how to prepare for 2026. I'm just have a quick sip of my coffee because my throat is it's drying out. Like I'd say it's every reading I do. But I have caught something this time. My throat is so dry. I hope I haven't, but it's fine. We'll keep going. It's okay. I'm just going to do a quick one of these because I forgot to do it. To just cleanse your energy a bit here because it's good to sort of clear it. I know this isn't traditionally like what you do to cleanse you, but this works for me. Like it really does. I don't know if this means you guys at home should clear your energy a bit, like give it a cleanse. Maybe you've got some stagnated energy hanging around. Could be that. Okay, I think we're good. But yeah, give yourself, like, maybe use some incense, sage. Do something just to clean your energy up a bit. That's one thing for you to do to prepare for 2026. I'm telling you, clean your room. Right. Okay, pile number 3. You got the Knight of Feathers and you got the 3 of Pots. Knight of Feathers. So we're using the Labyrinth Tarot deck, which is based on the film Labyrinth, which is a very good film. I love that film. I haven't actually used this deck that often, but it is working well today. I'm already feeling good about it. So, Knight of Feathers. We're going to read from the book because I love the way they write the descriptions in these books. They're so like lyrical, just nice. Okay, Knight of Feathers. What the Knight of Feathers may lack in brawn, he makes up for brains. He is clever, focused, and quick to learn. Whether he's tasked with operating a complex mechanical giant or something much more mundane, trust the Knight of Feathers to think on his feet and solve conundrums with decisive action. Okay, first message for you here. I already can tell you are very smart. I think towards the end of 2026, you need to come up with some answers to some problems you've got and quickly close them out before the end of the year. Solve some issues you've got, solve some sort of like whatever little I don't see them as big issues. I see them as sort of like little things you just need to do to tie up some loose ends before the end of the year. That's one thing you need to do to prepare. 3 of Pots. It says here, 3 of Pots upright. represents friendship, harmonious collaborations. Inspiration will come from getting together with others. This is a great time to host a brainstorming session. Let the creativity flow freely. I think before the end of this year, you are going to get together with your friends or your family, whoever it is you have this sort of discussion with, and talk about an issue you've got that you want to just sort of like jettison for the end of the year. You're like, I'm not taking this since 2026. Be it a toxic job, a toxic relationship, some sort of situation you're in where you're like, do I do this or do I do this? I don't know what to do. Let me get some advice. So you need to sit down with these people, have a really nice sort of like proper conversation over it. Let's get some more cards. I'm sure there's more you need to do because I feel like this is quite a complex one for you here, pile 3. So what can pile 3 do to prepare for 2026? What can they do? What should they do as well? What have you been avoiding all year otherwise? I feel like there's something for you here, pile 3. Okay, let's have a look. What should pile 3 do? Okay. Already we got some cards. Let's have a look at these. We've got the 10 of junk. It's like stuck to the other card. There we go. Which could mean the 9 of junk is accidentally there because it was stuck to it. But 10 of junk, 9 of junk, the Ace of Poles, the 4 of Pots. What else have we got here? Let's move these actually. Let's move them up. Oh, did I just turn everything? Whoops, that was me. Sorry, everyone. The 4 of Pots, the 3 of junk, and the 10 of Pots. Okay, right. I feel like we've got some messages in here for you guys already. And what was below the deck? The 5 of Poles. Oof. Okay, right. Pile number 3. Do you know what? Pile number 1 and 2 had like some messages in there, but I feel like yours is going to be the trickiest one to prepare for 2026, unfortunately. But we're going to solve it right here. We're going to do it. So we've already had this here. You're very smart. You know the decisions to make. You need to come together with some friends, talk about it, because I think there's been some arguments going on. I think you've had an argument with someone. You could have had an argument with your friends, you could have had an argument with your family. It's someone you've had some sort of argument here. Could be about lack of appreciation or someone not understanding you or someone not like getting you. And you need to have a talk with them or you need to have a talk with someone else to work out the best way to carry on. Okay, so the 10 of junk is the 10 of coins, I think, or 10 of pentacles even. Getting my suits mixed up, but yeah, 10 of junk. Okay, I'm gonna read it to you from the book. 10 of junk symbolizes wealth, legacy, the achievement of material aspirations. You've worked hard to get where you are today, and you're enjoying the abundance and stability you've created in your life. I think you're in a generally good place and position. You're doing well. You're doing great for yourself. You've worked really hard to get there. And I think some part of your life, you've had an argument and it's not really aligning with this great part of your life, really. Because you've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is about luxury, decadence, and creature comforts. It's the card of indulgence, inviting you to treat yourself. Savor the fruit of your hard work and success. You've earned it. I think you have had an argument with someone. Could be family, like I said, could be friends, that they're saying that you are being really sort of like showy with whatever money you've earned, and they're really jealous of how successful you've been because like maybe you're buying the bags you want, the clothes you want, you can go to the places you want, you can go and sort of like go on holiday wherever you want, and it's caused an argument that you need to resolve by the end of this year. You either need to cut them loose or you need to sit down and work out where you are at with each other and be like, look, I'm not changing. I've worked really hard to get where I am. I'm not going to just hide it all just to make you feel better about being poor. It's a hard truth. I'm really sorry. I know some people are like beat around the bush, but unfortunately I'm kind of direct with this stuff. So, okay. And then on the other side, we had the Ace of Poles, which is the Ace of Wands. And that talks about new beginnings, I believe. Let me get up here. Sorry if I keep like sniffing and clearing my throat. It's not that I'm crying. I know it sounds like I'm crying. I'm not crying. I'm actually like can't breathe because my throat hurts. And it's, yeah, won't get into that. But anyway, Ace of Poles. The Ace of Pentacles symbolizes fresh, potent, creative energy. You're full of visionary ideas. Use this newly found inspiration to motivate you, and you'll be catapulted into an exciting adventure. I think you had an opportunity come up this year that has just springboarded you into a great place. And it's almost like you had to be there, right time, right place. You know, you apply for the right job and you've got there, which is really lucky for you. And I think it's made some people very jealous, unfortunately. And I think with the Three of Junk under it, and the Three of Junk represents the Three of Pentacles. Let me flop over to here. Okay, Three of Junk. Yep, that is it. As much as you may wish you could, it's not possible to accomplish everything on your own. The Three of Junk advises you that working with others towards a common goal will lead to much better results. Other people have valuable input and ideas too. Keep an open mind. Okay, one aspect of this in the traditional deck, I see that as like mastering your craft and getting better at your sort of like craft, and that way, like finding like something you're good at. I think you found something you're good at and you managed to make a lot of money from it. But I also think in another aspect, this card is definitely saying you need to seek your friends or your family to help you resolve this issue. Yeah, I do feel like that, because then we've got the Four of Pots, which is the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups is like in an ordinary deck, I'd say it's sort of like withdrawing, apathy, sort of like, oh, I'm not interested in that sort of thing. But in this deck, it says the Four of Pots advises you to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into before accepting an opportunity. Consider your options carefully and take care to ensure you fully understand before making a decision. Maybe this new opportunity you got left whoever this person you've had an argument with kind of like high and dry in that sort of sense. Like you left them completely in the midst of something. So it could be a work friend you just completely abandoned and they kind of feel really bitter over that. Or it could be a family situation where you were like, I've got this new job, I've won this money, I've done this, I've got in this amazing relationship and it's taken me out of this really crummy situation, and like, see ya. I'm not saying you made the wrong decision at all. You've made the right decision, but I think you could have been a bit more tactful in the way you kind of told them. And your life is looking kind of amazing now, because you've got the Ten of Pots, which is the Ten of Cups underneath it, and that's like personal satisfaction and fulfillment. You're feeling supported by loved ones and content with life. Nurture your connections with those who are most important to you by letting them know how much they mean to you. I think you've had an argument with this person because you're like, everything's going right for you. And like, I definitely think this is calling you to fix this before the end of the year, just so you don't drag it into another year. I think that's the thing. You're doing great. Like I said, you made the right decision, whatever you did that's upset this person. Don't regret that. It's just that, relationships are really hard and very like complicated in terms of like friendships and relationships, and it's so easy to upset someone. It's so easy. Let's get some more information for how you should prepare for 2026, pile 3. How can pile 3 prepare for 2026? How can pile 3? See, I caught that. That was pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay. Let me put these over there. We've got the Countess of Cups underneath the deck. That's Queen of Cups. And this is the Byzantine tarot deck. So you've got the 7 of Coins, Temperance, 5 of Coins. Okay. Right, I'm going to get the guidebook for this because this is a deck where it kind of means something different as well. Okay, let's start off with the 7 of Coins, because the 7 of Coins is the 7 of Pentacles, and that is a card that... Why is it only showing these ones? Hang on. Okay, right. It's about... So this card says here in this book, it's reward for good work, money, wealth, profit, obstacles ahead. It's needing to take stock of everything you've done. Yeah, I think you've got your success. You've put in the hard work. You've got the success that was due to you, which is great. And I think with the Temperance card, which is a card representing harmony, I think. Let me find it in here. I literally just went to this right page. That's perfect. Moderation, being careful, adaptation, serenity, caution, combining adverse aspects, and learning to be discreet. I don't think you were very discreet with how successful you were doing. I mean, we all get carried away sometimes. We all get carried away when something good happens. You've been going through a long run of bad things, and unfortunately, it has left someone who's in a bad financial or physical or some sort of just bad place. You've kind of left them behind or accidentally rubbed it in their face because you've got out of this situation where you were struggling to survive. And yeah, this is, I mean, this card here, I'll read you the things it represents: struggle to survive, lost toil, stern determination, honesty, penury, friend, spouse, relationship. This could be someone who you're in a relationship, or it could be a friend. I'm thinking friend. I'm really thinking friend, maybe work friend, that you have sort of like ditched. You're like, bye, and moved on, and you've kind of rubbed it in their face a little bit with your success, and it's really annoyed them. But I don't think you're a bad person. With the Countess of Cups, I think you're genuinely a nice person. I think you just have had such a bad time recently that this success was something you just couldn't help but shout from the rooftops. So you need to like make amends this person before the end of the year, because one, you don't want it escalating into anything further. You don't want them ruining things for you by just being completely negative, or just generally being like, those people that just remind you of how bad things were. I mean, obviously I'm not saying things are good for me, but there's people in your life that are just so negative. They're just constantly telling you how bad things are and you just don't need to hear it. I think this is that situation. Just, you need to resolve it with them just to get them sort of like over the situation. Okay, let's get some more cards. What can pile 3 do to prepare for 2026? Okay. So we've got the 4 of Pentacles, which is about possessiveness, insecurity. I think you have been saving money. I think maybe either you or this person is saving money, and I think that's what got you into a good position. You've saved money. Yeah, okay. Okay, this could be quite interesting though. We've got here the Tower, which is about sudden change, things changing. And we've got the 3 of Pentacles, which is about collaboration and teamwork, which came up down here as well. Oh, okay, and that fell out like that. That's kind of weird. And then we've got the King of Swords. Now, this is a situation that might be for one specific person, so not for everyone, just for one specific person. You met a guy who is kind of cold, very intellectual. This could be you. And they sort of like said to you, you don't need to work anymore. It's fine. I will support you. And you've kind of left behind all the people that were in the same situation as you, maybe at work or in your friendship circle, and it's made people incredibly jealous. But I do see that this sudden change that happened either made you into this King of Swords, it was made, or the situation came about because of the head of King of Swords. Yeah, and it says on the card head over heart. I think maybe it was sort of like mouth speaking, brain not engaged sort of situation as well, which kind of upset this person. Anything else, pile 3? Anything else pile 3 can do to prepare? We've got the 4 of Swords. Rest, relaxation, meditation, renewal, solitude to gather your thoughts, recuperation, retreat, sanctuary, self-protection, peace. I think you need to look within, work out, talk to some friends or family to work out the best way to approach this situation. And you do need to just get some peace. You need to just resolve this. Even if you don't speak to this person again, just speak to them and be like, hey, I'm sorry for what I did. Like, blah, blah, blah. Let's leave it here. Even if that's how you end it, just try and end it, obviously safely. Don't be going over to their house to do this, because, like, I've seen a lot of true crime documentaries. Okay, let's get anything else. All that flipped out. Yeah, see, I do think there's been a real argument you've had. Like, you've had some sort of like really real argument with this person, and I think you should just sort of cut them off after you've do you know what, I just saw it and I think I'm gonna go back and get it. I think this situation has been giving you sleepless nights. I just saw, yeah, this kind of flipped a bit. I think this whole situation is giving you sleepless nights because you kind of feel guilty. You kind of know that this person's there, and every time you see them you're like, oh god, I really should apologize, or I feel bad for them, or whatever. And like, even if you don't actually like lose sleep, it's going to be in your subconscious sort of gnawing away. So I think just resolve it so you don't have to go into 2026, or resolve at the start of 2026. You don't have to carry on having this sort of argument in the background forever. Yeah. Anything else for pile 3? Anything else? I don't think there is, you know. Right, let's get some final sort of cards. I've got 2 sets of cards here for advice for you, pile 3. Let's get some practical advice for pile 3 for how they can prepare for 2026. What else can they do? How can pile 3 prepare for 2026? How can pile 3 prepare for 2026? What does that say? Avoid toxic people. Hang out with people who uplift your spirit, not bring it down. What have we just been talking about? I think you need to either not approach them over this, you just need to cut them off, because this is definitely someone who's not happy for you. Someone really is unhappy that you're doing so well, and you need to either cut them off, or you need to speak to them, say, I'm sorry if it came across like I was showing off, but I'm not, I'm just having a good time, blah blah blah, and then just not speak to them again. Because if they can't be happy for you, even secretly happy for you, like, that's really horrible, and you need to cut them out for 2026. Don't be having them around. It's coming from someone who did that, kept someone around who's genuinely toxic. It rubs off on you and it ruins anything good in your life. Like, I'm telling you now, these negative people are negative, and there's no way to fix them. If their family can't fix them, you definitely can't. So get rid, man. Get rid. Anything else? Clear energy. I mean, that came out near the beginning as well when I was doing this, when I was like reshuffled them to get this reading ready. You need to get rid of anything that reminds you of this person. I feel like we've taken a hard left, because I was gonna say all through the beginning of the reading, I was like, talk to him, you know, it's fine. I think you need to just completely cut them out of your life. Just, they are completely, seem to be completely toxic. Maybe this is just for one person, but like, throw everything to do with them, cut them out of your life. If they can't be happy for you and they're just being completely negative and bringing you down when you're doing so well, like, tough, absolutely tough. Get rid of them. Clear your energy, maybe clean your house a bit so you can sort of like forget about them. Like, you know when someone comes around you didn't want to come around and they really just annoyed you, I sometimes just clean where they've been, like, literally just hoover up where they've been. I don't want anything left behind, man. No energy, not even a dust particle. I want them out of my house. So maybe do that as well. Okay, anything else in pile 3? I feel like my pile 3s, you are kind of like perfectly ruthless. I love this. Okay, I wish I'd met you a long time ago. Right, here we go. Love your journey. Yeah, I mean, you're doing great. You are doing it. Your journey is incredible. Don't let anyone else ruin it for you. I won't allow it. You're born to stand out. This came out for pile 2, actually. You're born to stand out. Just because they don't like you, don't fit yourself in their box of being quiet and like, you know, oh, I won't boast because it upsets people. No, this is the way you feel. If you feel like it's right to act that way, do it. And escape materialism. Shift your focus away from the material world and develop a healthy inner world. I just think that's to do with that. Get rid of the stuff, anything to do with them. Escape those material possessions. Okay, right. Pile 3. I've enjoyed this reading. Whoever you had this argument with, can you put down in the comments, like, I don't know, like an emoji of like a sword or something, just so I know this resonated with someone out there, because I feel like this is so specific to someone that it has to resonate with someone. And like, I hope you get rid of this for 2026. Get rid of it. You don't need it. Even if you like kind of erring on it, I'd say like even just maybe don't speak to them for the first couple of weeks of 2026. Their energy doesn't doesn't toxify your energy for 2026. Okay, right. Thank you for watching pile number 3. I really enjoyed this reading. I thought this was great. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. I thought it was going to be kind of difficult to have, like, how do you prepare for 2026? And I wasn't sure with the 2 cards that came out. I was like, 2 cards, do I take both? And I did, and I'm so glad I did. So thank you for letting me read for you. This is really fun. Like the video if you like the video, because it always makes me like so happy when I see someone's liked it, because I know it resonated with someone. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, because I enjoy doing my readings. I'm going to keep doing them, and I want you to be able to be the first in to hear this. So subscribe and you'll get a notification, hopefully. And comment down below what else you want to see, like any other videos, any sort of readings. If you want like a really specific niche reading, like on a question, put it down in the comments and I'll make a video on it for you. Even if it's something like, just put it down there. I'll do it. You know, ask me and I'll get it out there for you. And yeah, see you next Friday. And thank you for watching, and thank you for letting me read for you. Good luck for 2026, and I will speak to you again next time. Bye bye. Okay, whoever's left here, I'm going to be putting all the cards away. Thank you for letting me read for you, and I hope 2026 is great, and I hope you have a nice Christmas, because I know I probably won't speak to you now till after Christmas. So Merry Christmas as well. Let's put all this away. Okay, thank you, and bye bye.